Certified podcast.
Oh, we got the
The morning jam. What we got?
there's the echo.
Okay, we got that fixed. Let me scoot up a little bit. That way we're in the camera. Get the full experience. We got podcast number. This is the Certified Podcast 38. We had some pretty cool stuff today. We're gonna be covering. Let them know what we're gonna be covering here.
The Lefty Gunplay Juan Gotti thing going on, the beef. We got the a new update on the Harbor Bridge. We got the cold weather shelter. All that stuff that was happening.
Yeah.
And then lastly we got just is Valentine's a scam or not?
Is Valentine's a scam? So let's get into let's see, what can we get into real quick. Drop a comment if you're having a great day, for one. Let's see what's going on with our stream.
Having issues?
Let's see if our it's because where we're at a high rise in the tower.
All the clouds recently been messing us up.
We're up here in the clouds.
Offshore.
Is it lagging over there? Got like a little delay on my end.
Saves everything should be good.
Let's see why this is happening. Let's get into it. Let's get into this Harbor Bridge thing. So, what's going on with the Harbor Bridge?
Well, we got a little change up in the way we have the podcast displayed. Can you see it?
What is it? Okay, nice. Okay, we got.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it on my phone. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I don't know why it's not working on my computer.
So the last segment went in, or so to connect it.
Yeah.
So if it went in on Monday, and they should have it connected by now.
Okay, got it. Okay. So this is the final we're at the last straw?
Well, I think they still gotta like do other stuff.
Damn. What about the rails?
Yeah, they still gotta do all that.
Yeah,
But it's on track to open by the end of June.
So May. Okay. Oh, that's still kind of
5 months.
5 months away. Yeah. So they got quite a bit. Okay. What are the odds of them getting it done on June? Because dude, like that's just like there's not even no rail there. What are they gonna put on the like?
They gotta do all that. You see all that rebar that's sticking out?
Yeah.
And then you gotta do all the traffic on the regular roads. So it's a lot. But they're already 10 years past the.
They're 10 years past.
Like 9-10 years, yeah.
Wow. Hopefully, I get this thing wrapped up pretty quick. Cause what I left a comment. I made a post and I said, "Are you gonna be the first one to? Are you gonna be one of the first ones to drive over the bridge?"
And a lot of people are saying no.
Yeah. Dang. I don't. I mean, it's. I think if I think it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, shoot, that's a big old structure.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? But it's gonna be interesting. I think it might. It should hold. I mean that.
I saw a picture of yesterday. You know how it was real foggy.
Yeah.
So it was like standing above the line of the fog.
Dang, it's gonna be big. Yeah.
So people are saying that that's a lot safer than the other one, the current Harbor Bridge.
Say it again.
So it's like the Harbor Bridge is down here.
Yeah.
And the new one's all the way up here. So when it's foggy, this one's all covered. And this one, the road's clear.
Oh, okay.
So it makes like the driving conditions a little bit better.
So it's higher? So it's above the clouds? Or above
the fog.
Okay.
Yeah, it's higher so they could get more ships in.
Yeah. But they still gotta dredge. Don't they have to dredge the port?
Yeah, they still gotta do a lot.
Yeah, so that's gonna be like a 20-year project.
Yeah, it's not gonna improve the port right away.
Yeah. there was a there's a big kind of argument going around with the city and everything about the water consumption. Uh,
Yes.
and so I'm wondering if that's going to start to be a major issue down the road because uh like we have a lot of refineries there and they use a lot of water,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm wondering if that's if I mean if the whole thing with the port and everything kind of picks up, it's gonna affect all that, the water usage, and it's gonna affect a lot of stuff. So I'm wondering if that's gonna be something. It's gonna be a big issue later.
Because I heard something about the city looking to outsource the water source,
Okay.
so like get it from other places than just the current ones.
Yeah. Because remember the last time.
I think we're still in a drought
No.
technically.
So they're estimating. So they're saying by I want to say June, May, June. There's gonna be like a mandatory no usage.
Mm.
I don't know if you saw any of that.
No, but I know. I think we're in stage like 2 restrictions right now, or stage 3.
Okay, so they're predicting that um in the next couple of months it's gonna be like no water usage,
Mm-hmm.
and what's gonna be kind of crazy is uh these refineries they get away with a lot of shit, dude. Like they get away with a lot of shit, and I'm curious to know like for example the what's right there, Exxon, or what's the recent plant?
The recent one, I'm not
I mean,
sure.
what's the plant right there, the big one right there in Ingleside? I think it's Exxon, right? Or
Exxon,
because they use so much water a day, and then the Tesla plant,
the lithium.
the lithium plant, that's gonna use a bunch of water too. And so, I mean, there's gonna be some major issues as far as the water thing, coming up in the next couple of years, where it's gonna be a major thing where it's gonna affect a lot of people here in Corpus Christi.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, they already get away with a lot of breaks. Like for example, a lot of people don't know this, but those refineries don't pay property taxes.
Oh, they don't.
No, they get like an exemption based on like the economical impact they're gonna create or something like that. So they get a break on all their property taxes. Just imagine how much property taxes they would pay that it would kind of come back into the community. So there's a bunch of things that that probably need to be re-looked at. And I mean, they give the city manager a lot of shit with
Peter.
Peter, but I mean, dude, he's fucking coming into like he's coming into like a mess. You know what I mean? And he's
Yeah.
trying to just kind of uh
Playing out the future.
he's trying to get us back. Uh,
Like it's not gonna happen overnight.
no, dude, he said he's. I think the last time we saw him and the conversation was about the roads and stuff. He was saying like, dude, that project is so far, uh, so far, behind. Like it's just was mismanaged for so long that it's not gonna
It's
like.
like a huge setback. They gotta play a catch up game, kind
Yeah.
of.
Well, he said like it basically you gotta get it has to be done in phases. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be done like um, it's not gonna be done. Yeah, the remote. It's not gonna be
Yeah.
done like overnight. You know what I mean? So the whole thing with with the streets is gonna be phases. Turn on. Oh, it's gonna be a bunch of phases, and it's not gonna be something that happens overnight. So I'm curious to see what happens. Is this thing? I'm curious to see what happens with the harbor. I mean, the water thing coming up.
How they handle that.
How they handle that? Like, for example, let's see. Let me look this up real quick. Because what was the Mathis water source at?
The Lake Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right now. It is at 24.7%.
Oh shoot!
Full
And so it hasn't gone up.
a little bit. I think
But
it dipped below 20 That's why we went to the water restrictions.
What? Let me see. Let me see what we got here. Ah, shit. Go ahead. What else do you think? What else? What else? What about what's going on with the I don't want to go
Yeah.
much into the to the water thing, but so it says so we're already under a stage 3 restriction.
Yes.
So it's saying that the combined reservoir level is at 19% in response to the city's active pursuit. Uh, let me see. Supplement by efforts increase. Okay, so what's up with the Mary Road pipeline to bring in additional 2 million gallons per? Where's that coming from? Is that coming from Houston?
I'm not sure. What was it called?
The Mary Road pipeline, Mary Roads pipeline
Mm-hmm.
to bring in additional 2 million gallons of water per day by April.
Oh, so that's like soon.
Yeah, let me see. Exploring potential underground sources, utilizing unclaimed wastewater.
Oh, so it happened before in the mid '90s,
Yeah.
and
So they're still stuck on this water desalination. Is that how you pronounce it? Desalination. Desalination plant.
distillation.
Desalination. Like Sal
Mm-hmm.
from O'Reilly's. Well, anyway, that plant is estimated approximately 9.4 million gallons per day
Mm-hmm.
upon completion. They're fucking. Oh my gosh, dude, this is
So
something.
basically, the pipeline's just gonna take water, like east of Victoria,
Okay.
and they're literally just gonna have like 101 miles of like pipe to bring it to the treatment center in Corpus.
Shoot.
And they said it's happened before.
Yeah. So if you're just joining us, certified podcast, we got into this thing about the Harbor Bridge. Now we're going into the use because they're gonna dredge out that port eventually, which is gonna increase probably the port traffic, which is gonna increase the
Water consumption.
water consumption because the plants, the production, there's a bunch of there's like a domino effect that's gonna uh, happen, and they're talking about the water thing. I'm wondering if that's going to be a major issue down the road. So so go. Did you see that that not? I'm going off subject, but
Mm-hmm.
we won't go too far. But they were saying about the water in California, how Trump went in at night, bro. He went in at night and they turned the water on.
Mm-hmm.
You see,
No.
huh? So apparently, look it up. So apparently, Trump got military forces to go into California to restore the water in California.
Oh, for is it? Oh, for the fires.
Yeah, what does it say? Anyway, we won't go
Mm-hmm.
into that because we don't you don't have no information on that. But apparently, like they're saying like he got some the with the military, they went in and they kind of restored water. You know, after the government was claiming like the city was claiming
Yeah.
all this other stuff. But let's get into the rest of the story. We have some interesting stuff going on.
Um, Lefty Gunplay.
I saw that, right? So like uh
I don't know who this is, so you gotta explain.
okay, so this is so funny. Like, can you zoom that up?
Oh, we do have we.
Huh? So this this picture like was on who posted this picture? You see, go back. Can you?
What does it say?
We'll go back. What's that group?
The Soitan Tejano.
Soy Ton Tejano. Posted this right, and apparently, I guess this guy, the lefty on the bottom, is from like L.A., right?
Yes.
And the guy on top, he's from Houston, and apparently, I don't. It's
I saw something that where he was like, "Oh, you can't come to Texas. Like, we're not
yeah,
gonna allow."
yeah. So did what he's doing? It's a strategy. Like what he's doing, it's a strategy, right? It's kind of like, okay, for example, this same What happened with this? This is a big. It was an epic fail, right? And let me tell you why. So, I mean, if this is like chess, right? But
Mhm.
they screwed it up. So, maybe someone will tag this guy, the Gottie guy, to because someone is in his ear saying, "Hey, like you need to get attention, start beef," right? Or I don't even. Maybe he just started beef just because it started beef,
Yeah.
but its point is because it's not like anything's gonna happen, right? So what happened was the guy from the top, uh, uh, Gotti, threatened this guy on the bottom, saying, "Hey, if you come to Texas, that's you're not allowed. You're banned for. You have to check in, right? That
Yeah.
whole bullshit. Check in with Texas, right?" Well, what happened was it kind of caught some it caught attention because we're obviously talking about it, right? And so because it caught attention, you know, some of the fans from the Lefty Gunplay guy are gonna go see who this Juan Gotti is, right? But Juan Gotti failed to put out any music. Like he doesn't have anything to. So it's kind of like when people start to Google you,
Yeah.
right? And maybe they'll hear your music and then they become fans, so you convert them.
Mhm.
So it's a way to steal the limelight from this the lucky guy.
Yeah.
But the Juan Gotti is not set up to capture that data.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like he's like, he starts all this beef and people are like, who's this guy? Who's this guy? Let's go look him up. Right?
Mhm.
And the only stuff that he has is from like 10 years ago. And they're like, this dude, like, he's not even like relevant anymore. What is he?
Yeah.
What is he? But but I know that he's been doing like a lot of stuff with other artists, and I mean, somebody was in his ear. I don't know, dude, but he kind of screwed it. I mean, he still might have a chance to. Well, see, it backfired because now they're making memes of it,
Yeah.
so they're not taking any of them serious, which is fucked up because he could have played it. What happened? What they tried to do here was they tried to do the 50 Cent and Ja Rule deal, right? So when 50 Cent was coming up, Ja Rule was a big deal. I don't know if Ja Rule.
I heard a little bit about their beef.
Okay, so what 50 Cent did was he kind of said, okay, Ja Rule is the biggest guy right now,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna test him, right? I'm gonna go after him. I'm gonna go after him, okay? And by doing that, 50 got attention, right?
Mhm.
But 50 was persistent with 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 that, and Ja Rule never did anything. And the reason being is because look, let's just say, for example, this Juan Gotti is talking shit to Lefty Gunplay on, I'm gonna fuck you up when I see you, whatever, whatever. Right? What does Lefty have to lose, and what does Juan Gotti have to lose? Like if Lefty Gunplay's like he's at the top right now,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? So Gotti doesn't have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So why not risk everything? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because he has something to lose. He knows this guy's not gonna risk everything he has going on. To you see?
Yeah.
But he didn't. They didn't move the cards right. You know what I mean? And so hopefully they can bounce back from this and come up. What maybe someone will tag Juan Gotti on this, but what Juan Gotti should have done was he could have made sure that he had a website for one,
Mhm.
Make sure that he had all his music available. Make sure that he had something that people can buy. Okay, or make sure that he had something that people can opt into. Maybe like like, hey, uh, tap in, tap in with your email to get the diss track coming out,
Yeah.
exclusive diss track. That way he captures that data, right?
Mm-hmm.
By that, then they could have started to monetize that traffic. What another thing he could have done was he could have used his YouTube platform because I'm pretty sure he has a lot of subscribers because he had some pretty good music back in the day. Use that platform to push new artists. You know what I mean? So let's just say, for example, he found like a couple new artists, right? And he says, "Hey, let's shoot a video. You're gonna be under my label. I'm gonna put you on my YouTube. I'm gonna post your video on my YouTube. So that way, when he starts to beef, people go to his YouTube to find him. They hear his new artist. He still makes money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's not he. They didn't play the cards right for this strategy, and let's see how it ends up. But this guy Lefty Gunplay, I saw a video someone posted that he is gonna perform in El Paso, right?
Yeah.
So so let's see if that goes down. Then, dude, like, wait, is it in Paso in Texas? It is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when is he supposed to play in El Paso?
I don't know, but that's pretty far from Houston. Let's see if he goes.
But it so what? Okay, so if someone could tag Juan Gotti on this, what Juan Gotti should do, what he should do is he should find out where Lefty Guns plays in a play, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he should buy all the tickets. Okay, buy all the tickets, right? And that way, no one goes because he bought all the tickets. You see?
Yeah.
So then, whose chess move was that? So it's like one guy say, "You're gonna come to my city. You're not gonna check in
Yeah.
with me. You're not gonna make any money." You know? Like, fuck
Mm-hmm.
you, you know? But I mean, like that's kind of what 50 did to Ja Rule. He bought out. Do you know that?
No, he bought out like a show.
Huh? He bought out all his front row seats.
Oh.
So like when he went to perform, there was no front row.
The El Paso show already passed.
Oh, did it? When was that?
Friday.
So he already went. Huh? What? Oh my. So what kind of show was it? Anyway, we won't get into that. Let's talk about some local news.
Oh, we're gonna go into Valentine's.
Yeah, what's up with Valentine's? You tell me about it.
Let me get your opinion first. Do you like celebrate it?
Yeah, yeah. I have girls, and we do that. We get the bags, and we kind of do the whole bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, it's just, I guess it would it. You know what? I guess it remembered. Oh, I love this person. I mean, we love
Mm-hmm.
you. You know, here's a heart, whatever. But what really does it mean, right?
Yeah.
Like, what does Valentine's mean? Like, what is the true meaning of Valentine's, right? Because we were talking about this the other day, and we're like, uh, man, there's something. I read an article. I'm not sure where it was at, and it kind of led me down this rabbit hole, right? I think it was from the Harvard Business Center or something review, and then I went to like another rabbit hole about kind of the economy, right? And it was basically saying that the economy's set up to have a holiday in every month to keep consumers spending,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so we talked about it the other day in the car, right? I was like, "What's in January? New Year's, right?
Yeah.
Because January 1 is New Year's Day, right? So they celebrate New Year's Eve. February's Valentine's.
Mm-hmm.
March is what? Did you say was
St. Patrick's Day.
Is it?
I think so. April's Easter. And
It
it's Mother's Day in May. Father's Day in June. 4th of
okay.
July, and they just keep going.
What's that? What's after the July?
August.
What's in August?
Uh,
Hanukkah? Not.
do you know how Valentine started?
How did it start? I this was kind of curious because I was like, what? Like, is it? does it base back to like a religious something like a or is it what's the where did it originate from? Right, is kind of what was curious, and we kind of went down this rabbit hole with this, and I was like, this is pretty interesting. Like, what's up with this?
And it
So,
seems like there's multiple influences because they're saying it could be ancient Roman, just like they
okay,
had a festival of like fertility,
uh huh,
and then there's also the Saint Valentine from Rome.
okay,
So he got put in like prison for marrying people because he would like perform the marriages.
yeah, okay, yeah. You're saying that like, so
They wanted young men to be in the army.
yeah, so there like the young men that weren't married were getting drafted to the army, or they were getting recruited, or what?
So, no, they wanted like all the young men.
Okay, but where was this? In Rome?
Yes.
Okay,
So they wanted like all the young men to focus on being in the army versus having families and
okay,
not wanting to go.
yeah,
So this guy would perform secret marriages so those guys could like get married,
got it.
and then he got in trouble for that.
Hmm. Okay, and so I don't know why I thought that this had something to do with like was it like like a religious thing
I
and
think because it just when people talk about the origin, they say Saint Valentine.
yeah, and there wasn't no so
So there was a saint.
but his name wasn't his name was Valentino
Yeah, no, it's like
Valencia.
it just says like Saint Valentine of Tourney,
Isn't there like a Mexican like a singer Vicente?
Vicente
Maybe it's Vicente Valentine.
Fernandez,
Maybe it's Vicente
Fernandez Valentine.
for yeah Vicente's but so how much? Okay, let's how much is spent on Valentine's?
Oh, I had
So
this.
is
Wait,
Val?
there's a they always like estimate like
Oh
for each year.
yeah,
So I'm gonna uh guess how much it would be spent for this year
what? Maybe is it like billion? Is it one
in the
billion?
U.S.
Remember on Austin Power when he's like $1 million, right?
Yeah. Um, they're estimating it's gonna be. Oh, this one's last year, or is this one? 27.5 billion.
27 point, and that is that just in the U.S.
Mm,
It has to be right.
yeah, I feel like it.
So is Valentine's only celebrated in the U.S.?
No, so it actually started the way it is, like the commercialization.
Mhm.
It started in England.
Oh wow! So do they still celebrate it over there in England?
Yeah, it's just not as much. So they said that the U.S. is the top,
Okay.
and then it goes to like Canada and then like other countries. But we're the only
Wow.
ones that like do it as like this popular.
Can you bring up a picture there?
But
Huh? This is dude. This is I
I
know.
don't know.
Huh?
Maybe I could put it up on this one.
Okay. But so this is kind of off subject, but we won't kind of go too far into this. But the in I think it's in China or Japan.
Mm-hmm.
When they celebrate Christmas, so they start to celebrate Christmas
Mm-hmm.
in Japan, I think, or China, right? But they don't celebrate they don't celebrate Santa Claus. They celebrate Colonel Sanders.
Dude, they love fried chicken over there.
Yeah, and so on Christmas they celebrate this guy, dude. Huh?
Oh, here's
Make that bigger. Look at that. Yeah, that one. Well, I know we're going, but this is funny. Like this
just like oh wait, they can't. Like they're gonna be able to see it bigger now on the.
jumbotron.
It's just funny the way they could commercialize these like things and just make it into like pop
Yeah. So
culture.
if this is in China, right, or Japan? What does that say right there?
It might be China.
Can you read that? What
Wait,
does it say right there?
you haven't got on a Red Note?
No.
Oh, Japan.
So yeah. So if you Google Japan, and you Google Japanese Christmas or something like that, you're gonna get one of these images, which is pretty interesting because that's I don't know, this is I guess a marketing strategy. It's pretty innovative.
Yeah, they just kind of same thing with Valentine's. Nobody. It was
Let,
just.
let, let's get back into the subject because we're going down another rabbit hole in the Christmas thing. So let's restore our thing because it looks funny over here. Um, that so this last code, man. So the last code freeze, was it a freeze we got?
I mean, it froze for a little bit.
Okay. Uh, and I don't know if you got a lot of details on this, but the natatorium on Saratoga.
It was next to the natatorium.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the natatorium right there, they have a
Hmm.
gymnasium, right? That's where they have the kids uh sports. They opened up the doors for shelter, right? Okay. Okay. This is the gym.
Hmm.
Okay, it's not a shelter. They have bathrooms. If you go during uh season when they have games for the kids, these are like little kids. They're like
Yeah.
3 years old to 6 year old, right? Uh, they do have a snack bar, but it's not hot food. No hot food. All right.
No ramen.
No ramen. No nachos with jalapenos or
Hot Cheeto
hot
nachos.
Cheetos. None of that. Just it's gonna be like candy, like minor stuff. So that's just kind of like a uh preparation if you go to a game in the future. I think Stan said they don't sell hot
Hmm.
food there, so I want to. But you might be able to sneak something in. Okay. Anyway, so the gym is not. It's not a shelter. It doesn't have a kitchen. It's not like I
It's
don't even
not.
think it, I don't even think it was ever used for this.
No, I think it was just like, hey, it's getting real cold. We need a building
Yeah,
to
we
get.
need a building. Let's try to help. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you know um it's kind of like this. Okay. Uh, you have uh you have a 1 bedroom apartment, right?
Hmm.
Maybe it's a studio apartment, maybe it's a loft, right? Um, you hear a family in need, right? Maybe two families, like man, I really want to. I feel it in my heart to help these people out. Let me open my doors for them, right? Hey, my house is mi casa tu casa,
Hmm.
right? They move in, saying, hey, you know what, like come on in. It's in a freeze night. I would rather y'all be inside than y'all being outside, right?
Yeah.
Okay, one night turns into 2 nights, right? Then uh one of the families maybe calls, you know, the health department. We're all living at this house. It's unsanitary. There's only one bathroom. There's there's women here, there's men here. There's no
There's
sleeping.
trash
There's
everywhere.
trash everywhere. There's not proper sleeping, And so then they go and they go, Aaron, what do you have going on here? Like this is unsanitary. Why do you have all these people? If you have more than 10 people, you should have two bathrooms. And
Hmm.
how come the bathrooms are not you know labeled with men's and women's and
Yeah.
and your kitchen, why don't you have hot food and these are humans here, right? And so now they're dude, you get trashed out because you're like, dude, I just try to help. Like I didn't, I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to set up a freaking shelter camp. You know what I mean? So, what do you got on this? What?
So I saw that it wasn't supposed to be open that long. It was supposed to be from the 19th to the 22nd,
Okay,
and then they're saying that there's another center over the Del Mar West Campus.
Okay.
That was supposed to stay open until the 24th or until temperatures were above freezing. So they it was like a collab with the Mother Teresa shelter,
Okay.
but they were supposed to have buses to
Yeah.
take them to like the different facilities.
Yeah.
But when they arrived, they noticed that the buses were dropping them off at Carroll High School across the street. So they weren't even dropping them off at the shelter.
Oh.
So so that was like one of the things that they noticed. They're like, "Hey, get on the bus and I'll take you to the shelter."
Yeah.
And then they're getting dropped off, and these people are
Oh,
having
because
to
the
walk.
Carol is right there by the natatorium.
Yeah, but they're saying that it should have been at the auditorium.
Yeah. Well, that was public busing or what? Or the CC? I mean the.
Yeah, it was like public busing, but that's how it was set up to be.
Yeah.
But they were saying that the kids were running around like barefoot because they don't have any shoes or anything.
Yeah.
So they wanted to like take them directly there.
But I wonder, like, okay, so kids, like kids with no shoes running around, like, where did they come from?
I don't know,
Like,
but they're also saying so they're supposed to have I think access to showers, and they're like and once they got there they're like no showers.
yeah, because it's not set up to like it's
Yeah.
not set up to have all these random people just taking showers. I'm pretty sure they have because they have a pool there,
Mhm.
right?
They should have showers, but they're saying that people were getting denied.
Yeah, but it's not. It's so it's kind of like um the natatorium. It's not a I don't think they have like it's not like a
No, they're supposed to take them to a different shelter for that.
to get showered.
Yeah, like they're supposed to be like, "Hey, come here, get out of the cold.
Yeah.
If you need these resources, get on the bus and we'll take you."
Okay, so they were going to say, hey, like, because what they were doing, I guess, is they were saying, hey, let's open our doors and let people come so they can get out of the cold.
Mhm.
When they get here, we can distribute them to different places.
Yeah.
But
And it was it was even like CCPD helping transport people.
was it too much people or what?
I think it just wasn't what they're expecting
Yeah,
because it was a lot of people, and then they were saying that people started bringing their pets with them.
yeah, yeah. It kind of got it.
Everything was getting like messy in there, just dirty. So
Well, I'm pretty sure you had some people that were like, hey, like, let's go stay over there. Or like, well, I mean, I wonder if there was. I wonder how many people like like uh took advantage. I don't know if that's the right word. Like took advantage of the situation,
or like trying to get the most out of it.
right, or something. I wonder if that's kind of what it is. Because I mean, you got to be careful with that because you try to. I mean, I think they had good intentions. I
Yeah.
think they just didn't expect. They didn't expect. Uh, I think that what it is it's kind of like I go back to what I was saying. Like, let's say you have a one bedroom studio apartment loft or whatever, and you welcome a couple two families in, right? You know they have kids, right? And maybe they have a pet. You're like, well, it's not gonna. It shouldn't be too bad. They're gonna be here for a day or so, right? You know, maybe they
Mhm.
can find. They'll be here for a day just so they don't freeze and they can go back home or they go back wherever they're staying,
Yeah.
right? But then when they come, you know, now it's like the pet thing. Oh
Mhm.
shoot, I didn't think about the pet. You know what I mean? Oh shoot, I didn't know they want to take a shower and it was just for y'all to stay out of the cold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so now you have all these other issues that people are complaining about, and the cities probably should have been more strict in saying, hey, look, uh, at this shelter, it is a minimum of 2 nights. We don't have showers. We don't have hot food. We do have bathrooms, but it's limited to because they only have a small bathroom there, right? It's only limited to maybe give all the details. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then But then at that, dude, some people don't pay attention. They just hear shelter and
Hmm.
they assume that each shelter is probably going to be the same. So they probably assumed that it was going to be like one of the shelters, like the Good Samaritan or something, where they have all those food, kitchen,
Yeah.
and you go because those, I mean, those are set up legit, dude. Like you go, they'll have a kitchen and they'll prep the food like a whole. So it was probably just a miscommunication. You know what I
And
mean?
then I think there's miscommunication on the transportation end too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can just imagine like
They're telling them go drop them off here, and then they just drop them off at like the bus stop nearby, not the actual building.
yeah. I mean, and I've never seen and the reason too is because I've never seen like a public bus go off route.
Yeah,
Right. So that could have been it too, right?
like
Like
them telling them like, "Hey, go here," and then they're like just going on their route, like what they're trained to do.
yeah, because they're on a time. Because remember, okay, so the route is timed,
Hmm.
right? So if they say, "Hey, well, we're gonna pick them up from Port Airs and we're gonna bring them to the shelter," right? That's all time because the buses have an app,
Yeah, the
and people
schedule.
people rely on the buses for work, so they
Hmm.
can't just detour and say, "Hey, I'll go ahead and drop you off at your house,
Yeah,
and I'll just swing back around and I'll make." Oh, dude, this is, and so, oh man, and so then again they go after the city manager,
yeah.
and the mayor and
They start
uh,
blaming those people, and those people are like, "I don't know what's going on."
oh no, but man, that was so it's not going on anymore, right?
No, you
Uh,
think it's gonna happen again next year, or you
I
think
think
they're gonna
I
plan it
think
out better?
no, I think that I mean I don't think they're gonna. I think that they kind of I don't know. I guess it was it was a big communication and probably like they didn't know what they didn't expect that. You know what I mean?
Mm,
But at the end of the day, I think they had good intentions. I think their intentions were to um to help these people. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But dude, like you'd be surprised, dude. Like we've helped a lot of people. Like we used to go feed downtown and and uh even though it's free, like you're trying to help them, some people are still complaining. Like, hey, like you don't have this. Why don't you have this?
no
Like,
vegan options.
no vegan. Why don't y'all have steak? Why can't we? Our and that's just. I guess that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? And so you have to be okay with. I guess the message to the city manager is you got to have tough skin. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And you got to be okay with some criticism because you're not gonna be able to make everyone happy. Like like you're not gonna like. I'm pretty sure some people were very thankful and grateful that they didn't freeze their ass off that night. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And some people were just there, just saying, "Hey, like let's see what we can get." Let's see what we can get, and that's you know whatever. But at the end of the day, I think it was just miscommunication.
yeah. So I think that's gonna wrap it up. You want to just quickly go over the sponsors,
Yeah, go over the sponsors real quick. We have some awesome sponsors.
of
For
course, certified force.
certified collision works, yeah, for any auto collision needs when dealing with those claims. We had a discussion yesterday at the. I kind of shared this yesterday, but one of the main things that we're seeing a lot is people are getting accidents, and the other person is agreeing to pay out of pocket, and whenever it comes for them to pay, they're ghosting them. They're not replying back, and so that person's left with a wrecked vehicle, or they're having to make a claim on their own insurance, and their premiums going up. So just be very aware if you get in an accident. Make sure that that you get as much information as possible. Make
File police report.
file the police report. Uh, get a picture of the vehicle, the area. Most important, if you can get a witness, dude, like, and so this is how you would approach the witness, right? So let's just say I got in an accident and you saw it. I'm like, hey, by any chance, did you see it? Did you see what happened? Yeah, I saw everything. This guy was on his phone. He was texting. Do you mind if I get your number or your name? You know, just in case I need a witness, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're not gonna want to say, hey, can you give me a statement and can I get your, like,
Yeah.
because they're gonna feel like, dude, I don't want to get involved. Like, I don't want to do this shit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, whenever they need a statement, you can send an email.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can send an email saying, hey, this is what I saw. This is my statement, and that could be good enough. You know what I mean? If it gets to if it gets really bad to where, like, hey, this person is really denying this, and my car is jacked up, and I need to get my shit fixed, right? The other person, like, let's say I can go to my attorney and says, hey, can you contact Aaron and draft up a letter of his statement, and then we can
Mm-hmm.
forward that to the insurance company. That has a little bit more weight to it if you need to go that route, but you're not gonna get the witness involved in, like, they're gonna testify and all this shit,
Yeah.
unless it's like something bad. But uh, you shouldn't have to go that far if you have the photos, if you have witnesses. A lot of times, if the witness sends an email, like I said, if the witness sends an email saying, "Hey, I saw uh, this vehicle run the red light and hit this vehicle. It was this vehicle's fault." That has a lot of weight to it, right? But make sure that you get, like I said, make the police report, get all the information. Who's our other sponsor? Because they've been
Let me pull it up right here.
big
We
shout
have
out
it.
to our other sponsors, man. They've been doing some great things, and so our next sponsor is can you make it bigger than that?
Cashpropertybuy.com.
What's the? Oh, you can't put the web, not the URL on there.
No,
I won't show.
it's cashpropertybuy.com.
Cashpropertybuy.com.
We make selling your house a breeze.
You haven't got the breeze sound, like the. Okay, so let's see if I can find a breeze sound. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, so they make selling your house a breeze. They'll make cash offers, any situation. If you have a house you want to sell, you need to sell, something came up, you can't take care of it, send them a text, call them. They'll see what they can do about it.
Yeah, just quick example of a situation that happened. A couple bought their property 2 years ago, and one of the partners got really sick. They were unable to work. Uh, I'll tell you the whole story, right? So there was a couple, older couple. They were married. They lived right, and so they bought a house 2 years ago, right? Okay, they bought the house. Uh, he was working and doing his thing. Well, he got really sick and he wasn't able to work, right? And so uh, they couldn't afford the house anymore. And
Mm-hmm.
so whenever they put the house on the market, they weren't able to sell the house because they didn't have enough equity. And what that means is, like, let's say the house is worth 200,000, okay, and they owe 198, okay. They only had it for maybe 2 years, right? Okay, an agent is going to charge them. Closing costs can be a minimum of 6%. It can go all the way up to 10, depending on what the buyer wants, right? So that means that there's not enough money there to, when you sell it, to pay the agent.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be negative. So now, in order for you to sell the house, you'll have to come up with 10,000 at closing because you have to pay the agents, And so now you're even in a worse situation because you're having to put money at closing. And so a lot of people don't have that 10 grand, 15 grand to pay at closing. So the house, they're like, I don't know what to do anymore, right? So let me see this sound. How's this sound? So a lot of people don't have the money to do that. So that's when cashpropertybuys.com can come in and help you with that situation.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of different programs. that they can help out with that situation and relieve you from that property, and so you can kind of
I know they also help out with inherited houses.
yeah, inherited houses that got inherited. If you let's say you live,
Out of state.
yeah, let's say that's kind of one that we helped out a while back. One lives out of state. He inherited a property from his parents. He's like, man, I live over here in Nebraska. Uh, there's a house there. I don't, I
There's
can't.
no way.
There's no way I can go over there. Uh, I just want to exit the property. I don't have time to clean it out. I don't have time to rehab it. I just want
As is.
as is. I just want to walk away from it, and I just want to cash out and walk away, and that's an option as well. So, uh, Cat, I'll put the link in the
Description down below.
yeah, I'll put the link in the description. I was trying to get this thing to work. I'll put the link in the description if anybody knows anybody that's in a position where they might need to exit their property, and they don't have maybe the resources, or they don't have. Let me see. Go ahead.
Or maybe they need a question answered.
Yeah, questions as well.
We also answer questions on our phone number over here on the screen, the 361-225-2555 for certified. So if you get in an accident and you have a claim, you had some questions about the claim process, you could call that. And if nobody picks up, we'll either call you back or it'll send you to an automated text line. And we'll all receive that text saying, hey, you missed a call, and then we'll reach out to you.
Got it. So I'm also gonna put the certified link in the comments, and that's gonna be for any appointments or drop off. So if you're looking to do any of that, the information is there.